Bagong lahat, bago natin ito ipagpatuloy, paki-like, paki-share itong ating video kasi para naman ito kakalat ito sa taong bayan at marami po ang makaalam sa mga nangyayari ngayon sa Pilipinas. At sa mga hindi pa nakasubscribe sa aking channel, mag-subscribe na po kayo kasi libre lang po ang mag-subscribe sa YouTube. Walang bayad yan. Okay?
Narito ang Balitang Pinoy TV.
Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat at eto po may nilabas na CCTV patungkol po doon sa honey trap plot na pinalagaan ng kampo ni Paras. Binalita ito ng Bilyonaryo News, okay? Atin po itong papanoorin at magre-react po tayo kasi itong CCTV na ito, may anomalya raw dito. Sabi ng NBI director. Tingnan lang natin ang script nila kung uubra dito Atin po itong re-reactan, okay? At sabi pa dito sa pangalawa nating balita ay hindi kami tanga. Sabi ni Attorney Sison, harap-harapang sinupalpal itong siligutan. Kasi nagkaroon po ng debate itong si Attorney Sheila Sison, at itong siligutan. Kasi may pinost po itong siligutan. Kasi alam nyo naman, itong mga prosecutors na ito, alam nilang tagilid na ang kanilang kaso dito sa impeachment. Kung ano-ano na lang ang kanilang mga post sa social media nila, doon na lang sila bumabanat na parang umaasa na lang sa trial by publicity ang kanilang ginagawa, no? Kasi po wala na sila talo sila dito sa impeachment hearing. So doon na lang sila manguha ng simpatya sa social media. Pinagtawanan naman sila doon sa social media Pinagtawanan rin sila. Duda ko niyan, tumulo na naman ng sipon yan kasi nagpost sa social media. Syempre, itong si Attorney Sheila Sison, yan po ang ni-raise up niya during the impeachment hearing kasi po hindi po maganda ito. Parang namimersonal na. And at the same time, may tinatawag tayong parang decorum rin sa impeachment hearing. Parang hindi na po masyadong maganda ang asal, no? Hindi na karespeto yung ginawa ni Ligutan. Ang opposite naman dito sa defense team ni BP Sara, sobrang magalang, very professional, no? Hindi mo talaga makikita na meron sila mga postings sa social media. Lahat ng press conference nila ay talagang isa lang ang nagsasalita, si Attorney Powa. Pero dito sa kampo ng mga prosecutors, daldal at ingay lamang po ang alam. Totoo naman. At papanoorin rin natin itong si Attorney Ferrer, no? Sa COA witness, no? Patuloy tayong panoorin natin yung debate itong si Attorney Ferrer kung saan kino-cross-examine niya itong I think round 5 na ito, round 4 sa ating vlog, no? Na ito po ay kino-cross-examine ni Attorney Christine kung tinanong niya, nakakatawa ba ang mga pangalan? Kung nakakatawa ba, fictitious na ba ito? 'Di ba? Syempre, nakakatawa raw yung mga pangalan. Sige, given na nakakatawa yung pangalan, pero dapat nilang ibigay ang mga alias na mga pangalan dito kasi para hindi malaman rin ng mga colleagues ng mga kalaban sa gobyerno. Kasi po, this is very confidential. Okay? Kailangan hindi natin i-reveal yan. Nag-promise tayo niyan na hindi i-reveal itong mga pangalan na ito kasi confidential yan. Yan ang nagtutukoy kung saan yung kalaban ng gobyerno. 'Di ba? So yun po ang ating papanoorin rin sa last portion na yan para mag-react po tayo kung gaano ka hindi umubra ang script ng mga prosecutors. Si Kapunan give up na ito, papanoorin na natin itong CCTV footage sa honey trap plot pinalagaan ng kampo ni Paras. Kayo nang humusga dito panoorin natin itong balita na ito kung maniniwala kayo dito sa inilabas na ebidensya ng NBI. Play.
Trial by publicity kung tawagin ng kampo ni former Congressman Jing Paras ang investigasyon sa umano'y honey trap plot laban kay Executive Secretary Ralph Recto. Nakikipag-ugnayan naman daw sila ng maayos sa mga otoridad pero bakit tila pinagtaguan daw sila ng ebidensya? Ang tugon ng NBI sa agenda report ni Andrea Salve live mula sa NBI headquarters sa Pasay City. Andrea.
Corina, umalma nga ang kampo ni former Negros Oriental Congressman Jing para sa pagkalat ng CCTV footage ng isa sa mga umano'y meeting sa pagitan ng dating mambabatas kasama ang naarestong Bugaw. Hindi raw kasi ito napakita sa kanila nang humarap sa mga investigador kahapon. Ang tanong ng kanilang kampo, bakit nauna pa raw ang media na mapanood yung video kesa sa kanila? Trial by publicity kung ituring ng kampo ni former Congressman Jing Paras ang pagkalat ng CCTV footage na kuha sa July 26 meeting ng dating mababatas kasama ang narestong umano'y bugaw na si alias Ken, ang isa sa mga umano'y binugaw na si alias Jen at ang mga abogado ng Rondain and Mendiola Law Firm na umano'y mga kasabwat sa planong character assassination plot laban kay Executive Secretary Ralph Recto. Kahapon ay humarap sa mga investigador ng NBI National Capital Region ang mga abogado ni Paras, pero ang kumalat na video ay hindi raw kasama sa mga ipinakitang ebidensya sa kanila.
We are in good faith, nakipag-cooperate tayo as a lawyer ni Jing Paras, pero bakit hindi pinakita yan? So, bakit nauna pa ang media kaysa amin na we were in good faith na pumunta sa NBI para makipagtulungan sa investigation? Yung nangyari ngayon is trial by publicity. Yung investigation, hindi based on evidence, hindi based...
Actually sa totoo lang, itong si Matibag, itong sa NBI, napaghalataan na eh. Di ko lang alam if ang taong bayan maniniwala dito sa ginawa ni Matibag, okay? Kasi ang ginawa niya, meron silang ebidensya na CCTV. Ngayon, humingi ng kopya ng CCTV itong kampo ni Congressman Jing Paras, headed by the legal counsel ni Jing Paras na si Attorney Mark Tolentino. Humingi kami para masagot namin. Yan ang purpose, 'di ba? Kasi may akusasyon sila. Nang humingi, ayaw naman nila ibigay yung CCTV. Okay? Kasi mismo nung pumutok itong issue na ito, itong kampo ni Jing Paras, dating congressman, pumunta kaagad sila sa NBI para makipagtulungan. Para sagutin ang mga akusasyon, aligasyon patungkol sa kaso na ito. Okay? Nung nakipagtulungan na si Jing Paras doon sa NBI, ayaw naman makipag-cooperate ng NBI. Ayaw naman ibigay, kahit naman ipakita lang yung CCTV. Tapos ngayon, yung CCTV na yan, inilabas nila sa media. So anong ibig sabihin? Mas una pang inilabas sa media compare sa makakita itong inakusahan nila. So anong tawag mo doon? Trial by publicity ang ginawa nila. Dapat nga NBI, taga-gobyerno kayo, di ba? Dapat yung investigasyon ninyo, patas kayo. Yung nag-aakusa, dapat patas kayo dito sa inakusahan ninyo. Ipakita nyo ang CCTV. Bakit inuna nyo pang i-play yan sa mainstream media? Para talaga masira si Kong Paras? Di ba? Ganon ang iisipin ng taong bayan dyan.
But based on speculation, based sa chismis, based on marites. Yun yan.
Tama naman eh. Marites naman talaga yan si Matibag.
Una nang inamin ang kampo ni Paras na nagkaroon talaga ng pagpupulong sa pagitan ng mga individual na isinasangkot sa umano'y plano. Pero hindi raw ito para sa isang masamang balak, kundi ay para tulungan ang kampo ng mga umano'y nabiktima na pinilit na gumamit ng droga at makipagtalit ng isa raw sa mataas na opisyal ng pamahalaan.
It only proved that there's only a meeting. But hindi yun prove na may...
Kasi yung CCTV, kung makikita mo doon, nagmi-meeting lang. Pero hindi nila mapatunayan na meron pong ginawang illegal si Kong Paras. Magkaiba yan Oo nga, may CCTV kayo. Pero ang tanong, ano yung pinag-usapan doon, di ba?
Human trafficking, may mga criminal activities na planong gagawin.
Ayon naman kay NBI Director Melvin Matibag, hindi sila obligadong ipakita sa kampo ni Paras ang lahat ng ebidensyang hawak kaugnay sa iniimbestigahang kaso. Diretsahan din itong itinanggi na nanggaling sa Bureau ang kumalat na video.
Bakit ninyo hindi yan ipakita sa kanila? Paano nila didepensahan ang kanilang sarili? Unfair ka talaga, Matibag.
Actually, right now, we will ask coordination with the person na nakapag-release niyan. Baka probably they can provide us the copy so we can compare it with the CCTV na meron kami. We are guided by Memorandum Circular 48 ng DOJ na hindi namin pwedeng i-release, no? But the thing is, nandiyan yung CCTV na yan. It's subject to verification and authentication.
Dagdag niya, dapat ay ikinatuwa pa ng kampo ni Paras ang paglabas ng CCTV para makapagkomento sila.
The way they are reacting, parang nagagalit sila na ba't may lumalabas yung CCTV. Dapat hindi ka siguro umiyak na ba't lumabas yung CCTV. Anyway, tama ka naman. Hindi naman may criminal activity. Sabi ko nga palagi,
desperado talaga itong si Matibag Talagang tai talaga siya ni BBM. Desperado talaga. Tai talaga. Halik sa puwet talaga ito sa tai ni BBM.
Everybody is presumed to be innocent. Hindi ko nga sinasabing may crime na unless proven otherwise.
So, yun po ang update dyan patungkol kay ako. sa nakikita ko dito, no, wala talaga. Hindi maganda yung ginawa ni Matibag. Hindi siya naging patas sa kampo ni Paras. Halata kasi itong si Matibag. Yung galawan, pamumulitika kasi yung galawan niya eh. Alam niya na si Kong Paras, Duterte aligned itong mga taong ito, ginanya na niya. Ewan ko lang nga kung anong motibo sa lahat ng ito ha, bakit na ginagawa yan ni Paras, no? Ewan ko na lang kasi may kinaugnayan raw ito sa pag-frame up kay Recto. Damay pa dito si Libiste. Duterte aligned na mga ano ito ha. Yan po, nag-comment lang po tayo. That's our own opinion naman, okay? Ngayon naman ay panoorin po natin itong si Attorney Saison ay sinupalpal itong siligutan dyan sa impeachment hearing, okay? Ito po, panoorin po natin ito kasi tumutulo na naman ang sipon nitong si Attorney Ligutan. Kasi walang mga modo itong mga taong itong prosecutors
prosecution intends to ask from the defense. However, the more important manifestation that I would like to make today, Your Honor, is in relation to a social media post that I happened to see. And this was posted at 11:29 a.m. by one of the private prosecutors, Attorney Amando Virgil Ligutan. Post a principle or lawyers and law students know by heart. Misleading questions are not allowed even in cross-examination. Now, this was posted and picked up by...
Parang si Ligutan, nagko-comment siya patungkol sa debate ng the present hearing, no? Kung saan naghi-hearing ngayon tapos nagpo-post naman sa social media. Parang nagre-react siya. Di ba? Hindi mga professional itong mga tao to may personal na galit
at net at 11:29 a.m. today. And I surmise that this has something to do with the exchange between the private prosecutor, Attorney Kapunan, and the defense counsel, Attorney Ferrer, on the matter of the cross-examination question that Attorney Ferrer asked the prosecution's witness. And I have here a transcript because I find it troubling that the private prosecutor would do this in the middle of a courtroom hearing.
Correct.
Because as far as I'm concerned, impeachment court is also a court of decorum. And the rules on impeachment under Rule 18 actually prohibits participants, especially lawyers, from commenting about the merits of the case. Now, one may argue that this isn't about the merits of the case, that he probably was just commenting about what ought or ought not to do in a cross-examination, but we're not naive. What the private prosecutor is talking about, he's here. He can explain it. He can explain himself if the presiding officer so desires. But I really just find it in bad taste to do this at this time. And I think it is inappropriate to do that to a fellow member of the bar, because even as we sit on the opposing side of this hall, we remain to be both members of the bar. And as officers of the court, we owe each other respect, politeness, or even kindness. And it doesn't take one to be a lawyer.
Kasi kapag mga lawyers po kayo, lahat kayo officers of the bar. Ang nangyari dito, parang personalan na nagpo-post na sila sa social media. Di ba? Kaya, ang nakikita ko dito, para bang wala na ba kayong laban talaga na doon na lang sa social media ang frustrations ninyo? Di ba? Wala na silang laban
Lawyer to know that the first thing that our parents teach us to do is humility. Your Honor? No, I'm not yet done, Your Honor.
Kasi, sapul itong siligutan dito sa ni Atty. Sheila dito
In fact, I have asked one of our lawyers to review the actual transcript from the video that transpired between the prosecutor and Attorney Ferrer, and it would seem that in the heat of the exchange, or in the passionate exchange of the arguments between the prosecutor and Attorney Ferrer was not even actually referring to misleading questions as allowed, as implied in the social media post of Attorney Ligutan. In fact, it's here. The court can confirm this from a replay of the video. Attorney Ferrer, sinabi ho ba yan sa JC na dapat may mahuli? The witness answers, ang nakalagay po kasi sa JC under 4.8.2 ay proof of success. Attorney Ferrer, hindi. Sorry, Your Honor, please. Attorney Kapunan, let the witness answer, Your Honor. Mr. Presiding Officer, can the counsel be instructed not to stop the witness mid-sentence?
Yan, skip natin naka-ads. Skip.
Your Honor. Attorney Ferrer, Your Honor, please can the witness be directed to just answer with yes or no? The counsel has her time to ask clarificatory questions later during redirect, Your Honor. And Attorney Capuna, not all questions can be answered by yes or no. This is the meat of the contention of the argument between Attorney Capunan and Attorney Ferrer. Attorney Ferrer responded, I am on cross, Your Honor, please. And the presiding officer said, counsels. Attorney Capunan responded, never mind if you are on cross, Your Honor. There are limits to cross-examination. Misleading questions are not allowed on cross. This was the first time that the matter on misleading questions was actually raised by Attorney Capunan. And Attorney Ferrer, for some reason, said they're allowed, but she was pertaining to the fact that the questions to which a yes or no answer may be answerable are allowed. She's not referring to misleading. I mean, you know, for... In effect, Attorney Ferrer was only saying that leading questions are allowed on cross-examination, not misleading questions, and yet we have a private prosecutor immediately taking to social media and posting this, implying something against the defense counsel. We will not have this.
Your Honor, in the interest of fair play, may I request that the counsel for the panel of prosecutors.
Ito na naman itong si, idol. Itong nag-idol ni Speaker. Nandito na naman.
Attorney Virgil Ligutan, be recognized.
Unfortunately, counsel, no, the presiding officer will not allow that at this time. The presiding officer takes in advisement the manifestation of the counsel, the lead counsel for the respondent, because quite frankly, Honorable Luistro, I asked the clerk of court to monitor the public statements of the counsels of the parties this past week. And one side has been crossing the line many times. And
diba, hindi pinayagan si Luistro. Ito raw si Cheese, may pinababantay siya dito sa mga nagpo-post eh.
In fact, the presiding officer is already in the process of drafting a ruling and a warning and an order pertaining to this. Because clearly, I can even name all of you who have been commenting on social media in violation of Rule 18 of the impeachment rules.
Na, patay.
But I will do that on Monday, perhaps, after taking advisement the manifestation of the counsel for
Tama,
respondent.
yan,
It's not really so much being cordial or nice or kind, but it's a basic violation of Rule 18. I already talked to the parties 2 weeks ago, reminding you that you might want to consider appointing spokespersons who are not part of the panel of prosecutors nor a private prosecutor, but you insist on maintaining that. So after 2 weeks, the court is constrained to make a decision and ruling on that. But we will do that on Monday with the permission of both counsels. Then we will hear you, counsel, and we will hear Attorney Ligutan prior to the court's ruling on the matter. But be advised that again, we have it all on tape. We have been monitoring everything. We may not enumerate it one by one, but we will make the corresponding ruling on Monday. Thank you for bringing that up, counsel. It gives me a reason to actually issue the ruling, which we have prepared and have been preparing the past few days. On Monday, Attorney Ligutan, we will hear you before we make the ruling. Thank you. There being no other matter to be taken up by the trial and by the court, we hereby adjourn until Monday, August 17, still at 10 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ayan yung so si Ligutan, makapag-reply si Ligutan, Lunes pa. Lunes pa. Pero I think sumang-ayon po si Cheese Escudero doon sa reklamo ni Attorney Sheila. Okay? Palakpakan kay Attorney Sheila. Ang galing-galing. Sapol si Ligutan sa mga pinagsasabi ni Attorney Sheila. So ngayon naman, patuloy tayo sa round 4, round 5. Dito kay Attorney Christine Ferrer sa COA witness na kanyang kino-cross-examine. Sinabi niya, kung nakakatawa ang pangalan, fictitious na ba? Tama naman eh. Di ba? Ito po, panoorin natin. Itong witness na parang pumayat na si Del Campo dito sa mga tanong.
Okay. Now, do you confirm that the JC does not have a provision on names or aliases?
Ask and answer, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
Your Honor, please, excuse me.
Yes, counsel, Attorney Guan.
Precisely, this witness asked if aliases are allowed. She said it is neither allowed nor disallowed. So it is silent, Your Honor. Now she's asking the same question in another fashion.
I'll let it go this time for emphasis, counsel, but move on to your next point after that, Attorney Christine.
Yes, Your Honor. Do you confirm that the JC does not have provision on names or aliases? Kasi yung kanina silent ho yung sinabi. No, so walang provision on names or aliases.
Wala pong nakalagay sa joint circular as to the alias po.
Okay. So, and this is precisely why the ICFA has no findings on the alleged use of names or aliases.
Opo, ang mahalaga po kasi is naibigay talaga ito sa totoong tao na for allowable confidential expenses.
Ang tanong ko ho, wala hong finding si ICFAO on the names, on the use of fictitious names or aliases. Nasa notices of disallowance po ba yun?
Wala pong nakalagay sa notice
Wala.
of disallowance.
Okay. So, I am showing you the first ND. August, that's the August 2024 notice of disallowance. Just a run through, Your Honor. Okay, may hawak na po kayo ngayon?
Opo.
Okay, nakikita niyo ba ho yung name dyan na Mary Grace Piatos?
Wala po.
How about Renan Piatos?
Wala din po.
Andy C. Lim?
Wala po.
Patty Ting?
Wala po.
Okay, thank you. Now, let's go to the second notice of disallowance. Kindly flash that. That's dated March 31, 2026. Okay, during your direct examination, the good counsel flashed on the screen sample ARs showing the following names. Does she have a copy of the second ND? Now, I will ask you if the following names are in the second notice of disallowance. That's dated March 31, 2026. Pia Piatos Lim. Meron ba dyan?
Wala po.
Ralph Josh Bacon.
Wala din po.
Ann Ongpauco.
Wala po.
Diane Maple Lapid.
Wala din po.
Miggy Mayo.
Wala po.
Kokoy Villamin.
Wala po.
Denise Tanya Escudero.
Wala po sa notice of disallowance.
Christine Applegate Estrada.
Wala din po.
Okay. Okay, so wala ako kayong findings doon. Gaya ng sinabi niyo kanina. Okay. So, may tanong ho ako sa inyo, no? Kung yung pangalan ho ba, if the name appears to be funny, does that automatically mean that the name is fictitious? Kasi nga, may mga flash po na ARs dito.
Your Honor, please, the question is misleading. The point of flashing these acknowledgement receipts were not the names. The names were incidental. That the names were funny or fruit salady or names of congressmen or senators, Your Honor, is immaterial. They were flashed because of the manner by which the funds were used.
Your
For
Honor.
medicines,
Counsel,
Your Honor.
Counsel,
explain
Attorney
it.
Kapunan, you have to admit you had fun. You had fun with the names
We had
too
so
when
much
you were
fun,
using
Your Honor,
it.
but
Exactly. So
That's
let her cross the witness based on those and
Please, Attorney.
utilize it as well.
Yeah. Oh, so ayun po, na kung nakakatawa ho ba yung pangalan, automatic fictitious na yon.
Your Honor, again, fictitious.
Yes, Counsel.
Just for the record, fictitious is her own conclusion. We have made no such conclusion as regards to the name, except perhaps that they are funny.
Your Honor,
Well, Counsel, actually, that's not entirely accurate because in the complaint, you did allude to the fact that some of the names were fictitious based on the PSA documents that you attached as an annex to the complaint, although you're not yet there. You haven't gotten there yet. Please continue, Attorney Cusin.
Yes,
Attorney Kapunan, give her share of fun with the names.
May I be allowed, Your Honor, to sit down while she's having
Yes.
Ito na nga mga kabalita. Ano na ang masasabi nyo patungkol sa balitang ito? Please comment down below mga kabalita. Pag-usapan natin yan sa comment section. At kung di ka pa nakasubscribe sa ating channel, baka naman